My dad forced me to apologize to the man who hurt me. My dad grabbed my wrist so hard it left marks and hissed, "You will apologize to Mr. Collins," while pushing me toward the church lobby where the man who touched me by accident was laughing with the pastor. I dug my heels into the carpet so hard my shoes squeaked. "I'm not saying sorry to him," I whispered. Dad squeezed tighter. "You lied about a good man. You humiliated me. You're fixing it." My vision tunneled. Mr. Collins looked over and smiled that same gross smile from the night in the car when his hand slipped onto my thigh and stayed there after I froze. The same smile he had when he said, "Don't make this weird." I told Dad. Dad asked him. Mr. Collins said, "Oh, kids exaggerate." And that was all it took for my father to decide I was the problem. "Go on," Dad said now, practically shoving me, "tell him you made it up." My heart was slamming so loud, I thought everyone could hear it over the coffee machine. "I didn't make it up," I said. His face changed from fake charming dad to, "I'll deal with you later," in one blink. "If you don't apologize, you're not coming home. I mean it." My brain did this weird split screen thing. One side replaying Colin's hand creeping higher, the other seeing my backpack already packed in the car because we came as a family to clear this up. I looked at my dad. "You believe him over me?" He didn't even hesitate. "He's my friend. You're a teenage girl with an attitude." It felt like someone stuck their hand in my chest and twisted. Pastor walked over, all smiles. "Everything okay here?" Dad turned on his good church parent voice. "We're just working through a little misunderstanding, Pastor. She's got something to say to Bill." "To Bill? First name basis with my nightmare? Cool." Mr. Collins came closer. "It's all right. She's emotional," he said, like he was comforting him. "Go on," Dad murmured. Something inside me went very, very still. If my own dad wasn't going to protect me, I was done protecting any of them. I looked at Collins, then at the pastor, then back at my dad. "You want me to talk?" I said. "Okay." I stepped back so my voice would carry. People were still milling around, sipping coffee, talking about the sermon on truth and family. "Cute," I said loudly. "I'm sorry I didn't scream when your friend put his hand between my legs in his car." The room snapped silent like someone hit mute. Dad's face went corpse white. "Stop it," he hissed. Pastor blinked, thrown. "What?" Mr. Collins raised his hands, laughing way too loud. "Teenagers, am I right? Such imaginations." I cut him off. "I'm also sorry I didn't get a picture of your hand sliding up my thigh while you said, 'Don't tell your dad, he'll overreact.'" Someone coughed. Someone else whispered. Colin's wife, who'd been by the cookies, turned around slowly. "Bill?" He stammered. "She's twisting." I pulled my phone out and opened my notes app. The one my therapist told me to use when stuff happened. Date, time, exact words. I started using it the night I decided I wasn't crazy. I read, "Thursday, 8:43 p.m., church parking lot." He said, "You're growing up so fast, but the boys are lining up." Hand on my leg, squeezed, didn't move it, smiled when I froze. Pastor's face went from confused to horrified. "Is this true?" he asked Collins. My dad sputtered. "She's being dramatic. A man's reputation." I turned on him. "You told me to apologize for making him uncomfortable when I told you. You never asked if I was okay. You asked how I was dressed." Gasps. That got them. Mom wasn't there. She was at work, trusting Dad to handle it. I wished she could see his face. Collins tried again. "She's taken everything out of context." I snapped. "What's the context of touching a kid and telling her to keep it quiet?" His wife whispered. "Tell me she's lying." He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. Pastor turned to my dad. "You knew about this?" Dad stuttered. "She told me a version of events. Kids twist things. She's very emotional." I held up my phone again. I emailed the church last week from my own account with these notes. The pastor blinked. I cut him off to the address on the website. But then my dad took my phone for being disrespectful and had a really long chat with you afterward, remember? Pastor suddenly remembered. "Your father said it was a misunderstanding, that you regretted the accusation." I looked at my dad. "When did I say that?" He couldn't meet my eyes. Collins muttered, "This is getting out of hand." I stepped closer to him, shaking but loud. "Yeah, it got out of hand when that hand left the steering wheel." I saw the exact moment Pastor flipped. His whole posture changed. "Bill, I think you should leave," he said. Collins bristled. "You're really going to take her word over mine? Over the word of the adult who was alone with a minor in a parked car?" Pastor said slowly. "Yes." His wife took off her wedding ring so fast I heard it click on the floor. "Get away from her," she said. Dad tried one last time, grabbing my shoulder. "You're making a scene. We will talk about this at home." I stepped away from him. "I'm not going home with you." He stared at me like I'd stabbed him. "You don't have a choice." I smiled without humor. "Actually, I called someone before we came." Right on cue, the doors opened again. My aunt walked in, face thunderous. The one my dad calls overdramatic and too into therapy. The one I texted everything to last night. She walked straight to me. "You ready?" Dad spluttered. "You can't just take her." She held up her phone. "The police officer I spoke to this morning said she doesn't have to stay anywhere she feels unsafe. And after what you just let happen, I'd say she has a case." Collins quietly slipped toward the exit, but Pastor stepped in his way. "Bill, you'll wait here until we decide how to handle this," he said, voice cold. My aunt put an arm around me. "You coming?" Dad's voice cracked. "You're choosing them over your own father?" I looked at him, really looked at him. The man who forced me to stand in front of my abuser and apologize for speaking. "No," I said. "I'm choosing me." We walked out. As the doors closed behind us, I heard Collins finally raise his voice. Dad stumbling over excuses, the pastor saying something about law enforcement and mandatory reporting. My aunt squeezed my shoulder. "You okay?" I laughed once, sharp and tired. "No." Then I looked back at the church and added, "But at least this time, I'm not the one saying sorry."